This is part 3 in our series covering the urban soil health evaluation. In this video, we will discuss how to assess a site for soil compaction, which is found on part A of the urban soil health evaluation sheet. Contact us at the email shown to obtain the evaluation sheet.
All right, so now we're going to look at soil compaction. Compacted soils are really common in urban areas. You got equipment, you got roadways, you got heavy materials moving over soil surfaces. You've got years and years of people walking over soils and things like that. So compaction's a problem because if your soil is compacted, then water can't move through the soil profile very easily. And if water can't move through it, then that also means air is not going to be as prevalent in the soil structure. Nutrients aren't going to be able to move to the plant roots where they need to be. Testing soil compaction is really easy. If you have a wire flag, something like this works great. This is about 18 inches. A coat hanger or something like that, anything like a wire that you can stick in the ground will work. So all you have to do is take this and apply a moderate amount of pressure and stick it in the ground until basically you hit a point where it won't go in the ground anymore. So right now, I stuck it in, hit a hard spot, about 2.5 or 3 inches down. That's not very good. That means the soil is pretty compacted, so that would put it in probably the poor category. We're going to go over and look at another soil here in a second, try to give you an example of one that has better compaction characteristics. So let's go take a look at that now. Okay, so now we're going to look at another site and test it for compaction. One thing I didn't mention before, you want to test in several spots. You might be hitting a rock in one spot, so it might be giving you kind of a false reading on the test. So just test it in several spots and make sure it's consistent. This garden area here has been worked, and as you can see, when you put the wire in here, I can stick it in probably about 8 inches or so before it hits any kind of compacted layer, which makes sense because I know that this garden gets tilled. So that's probably about the till depth there. So that would put it in the tolerable category. So again, it's not ideal, but it's pretty good. And my tests were pretty consistent over the 3 or 4 different spots that I tested.
Since we hit a compacted layer at about 2.5 inches down, I'd score this a 3, which would put it in the poor category. In the next video, part 4, we'll discuss how to assess water infiltration and drainage at your site.